We're revealing the car myths that people still follow every day. Myths that, without them realizing it, are destroying their engines, along with others that could save you a fortune in repairs. We've spent months tearing down real engines with over 300,000 kilometers on them, and what we found doesn't match what most drivers do daily. There are 5 myths that are destroying engines that had everything it took to reach 500,000 kilometers. And then there are another 12 myths, this time about preventive maintenance, that explain why that 9% of cars that actually make it to 500,000 kilometers have no special secret or extraordinary luck. They simply have information that the rest never received. The number 3 myth from the first block is going to bother you. I'm serious, it directly contradicts what they told you when you signed the contract for your car. And the first myth of the second block is so simple and accessible that when you hear it, you're going to want to pause the video and go check your car right now. But let's go in order. First, the myths that are actively causing damage. Because if you keep believing them, it doesn't matter how many good habits you adopt later, the damage is already happening underneath without you noticing. Part 1. The 5 myths that are destroying your engine. Myth number 5. Putting the gear lever in park before using the parking brake is just as safe as doing it the other way around. False. And before anyone says this is exaggerated, let's be precise. We're not talking about parking badly once or making an occasional mistake. We're talking about that automatic habit you repeat every single time you arrive somewhere, every day, for years, without knowing what's happening inside the transmission. Every time you shift directly into park, the entire weight of the vehicle, every single kilogram, falls onto a tiny metal pin inside the transmission. It's called the parking pawl. And here's the real issue. That pin wasn't designed to hold weight. It was designed to keep the car stationary after the brakes have already done the job. Correct method. First, let the car settle with the parking brake, and only then shift into park. Transmission specialists estimate that this simple change in order can reduce wear on the parking pawl by up to 70%. It takes just 3 seconds. That's all it costs to avoid it, and most people never do it because no one ever explained it this way. Myth number 4. If something's wrong with the oil, the dashboard warning light will let you know in time. False. And this is more serious than it seems. By the time that light comes on, your engine has already been running with insufficient oil pressure for quite a few kilometers. It's not an early warning. It's practically the last call before serious damage occurs. The sensor doesn't warn you when the problem starts. It warns you when the problem has already been there for a while. That's why the dipstick exists. Checking it every 2 weeks costs nothing and takes almost no time. Just 2 minutes with the hood open gives you information no dashboard sensor can provide. If the oil looks like cafe au lait, milky brown, coolant is mixing with the oil, a direct sign of a failing head gasket. If the level keeps dropping between checks, your engine is burning oil, and you need to find out why before it gets worse. The cost of not checking the dipstick isn't abstract. An engine rebuild starts at $2,000 and can go up to $4,000. So it's 2 minutes every 2 weeks, or $4,000. That's the real equation. Myth number 3. Following the oil change interval in your owner's manual to the letter is always enough. This is the one that's going to spark debate, I know. But stay with me because the numbers are hard to ignore. Your car's manual was written under very specific conditions: smooth highways, ideal ambient temperatures, brand new engines, and consistent high-quality fuel. Those conditions exist in a laboratory. They don't exist in the daily life of most drivers in Latin America, with stop-and-go traffic, heat, variable gasoline quality, and engines that already have mileage on them. Studies show that following those extended intervals increases internal engine wear by up to 40%. It's not a marketing figure. It's the concrete difference between an engine that reaches 400,000 kilometers running strong and one that starts burning oil before 200,000 kilometers. There's a pattern that repeats without exception among owners of cars with over 400,000 kilometers on the original engine. Synthetic oil every 5,000 kilometers. No negotiation. An oil change costs between $40 and $80. An engine rebuild starts at $2,000. The math doesn't leave much room for debate. And since we're talking about math that can save you money, if this type of content is helping you understand your car before something breaks, this is a great time to subscribe to the channel and drop a like. Every week we test myths like these that can save you hundreds, even thousands of dollars in unnecessary repairs. Myth number 2. Lifetime transmission fluid means you never have to change it. This is probably the most expensive myth in automotive maintenance. Lifetime sounds final. It sounds like the problem is already solved. And that's exactly why it destroys transmissions that could have lasted decades longer. Because lifetime doesn't mean what you think. It means the life of the manufacturer's warranty, which in most cases is around 70,000 kilometers. You don't want to reach 70,000 kilometers. You want to reach 500,000 kilometers. Those are completely different goals. Transmission fluid does three things at once. It lubricates internal components, regulates temperature inside the gearbox, and transmits the hydraulic pressure that makes everything work. When it degrades, it doesn't fail in just one function, it fails in all three. And the deterioration doesn't announce itself. It's gradual, silent, and cumulative, until the transmission suddenly makes you pay for everything at once. Rebuilding an automatic transmission costs between $3,000 and $6,000. Changing the fluid every 40,000 kilometers costs $100, $200. One important detail almost nobody mentions. If your car has over 150,000 kilometers and the fluid has never been changed, don't do a full flush all at once. The old, degraded fluid has accumulated sludge that over time acts as a makeshift sealant on some internal seals. Draining it all at once can cause leaks that had been dormant for years. The correct strategy is to do gradual, partial drains, replacing a portion of the fluid each time until it's fully renewed. Myth number 1. Revving the engine a little right after starting does no real harm. False. And this is the most dangerous of the 5. Not because it's the most violent, but because it's the most silent. The damage doesn't show up when you do it. There's no noise, no light, no immediate sign that something went wrong. The damage appears at 150,000 kilometers when the engine starts burning oil, and at 200,000 kilometers when the piston rings no longer seal properly. And by then, nobody connects that premature wear to the aggressive cold starts from years earlier. The explanation is pure physics. 70% of an engine's total wear over its entire life occurs during cold operation. In the first few minutes after startup, the oil is thick and takes several seconds to circulate and coat all the metal surfaces. Those seconds when metal is working without full protection are the most critical in the entire engine cycle. The routine shared by every engine that crosses 400,000 kilometers is always the same. You start the engine, wait 30 seconds without moving the car, drive off gently, and keep the revs low. The difference between that habit and revving a cold engine isn't small. It's the difference between reaching 450,000 kilometers with the original engine versus starting to see serious problems before 200,000 kilometers. Those are the 5 myths that are destroying engines that had everything needed to last 500,000 kilometers. And if any of these just describe something you do regularly, this is not the time to close the video. This is exactly the moment to stay, because what comes next is the other side of the equation. Stopping believing in a myth only protects you up to a point. What really takes an engine to 500,000 kilometers is challenging another 12 myths, this time about preventive maintenance. Things most drivers assume are unnecessary, until we open up the engine and see the real difference. Myth number 12. Checking for visible leaks under the hood isn't worth it if the car hasn't shown any symptoms. False. Every major breakdown started as something small, a drip someone ignored, a stain no one wanted to interpret, a wet spot that went unnoticed for months until it stopped being a warning and became an expensive problem. With the engine cold, start on the ground where you always park. Black stains are oil, greenish or pinkish puddles are coolant, clear drops with a strong smell point to gasoline. Then open the hood and carefully inspect around the valve cover, oil filter, oil pan, and all visible hoses. Oil creates dark, sticky areas that trap dust. Coolant leaves dry white, green, or pink traces near the connections. A leak caught while it's still just dripping is a repair you can do on a Saturday in your garage. Catching it when it's already a stream means tow truck, overheated engine, and a head gasket at risk. Thousands of dollars difference. And the only thing that separates those two scenarios is whether you looked or not. Myth number 11. If there are no warning lights on the dashboard, there's no problem. False. This myth costs more people than you can imagine. A basic OBD2 scanner costs around $40, plugs in under the dashboard in seconds, and is probably the best return on investment diagnostic tool any car owner can have. Here's why. By the time the yellow check engine light comes on, the problem that triggered it has been developing silently for weeks, sometimes months. The scanner shows pending codes, issues that already exist in the system but haven't yet triggered a visible alert. Concrete example. The scanner shows a misfire on cylinder number 3. No light is on. You have time to change that spark plug for $50 this week. But if you ignore it, that misfiring cylinder starts sending unburned fuel straight to the catalytic converter, destroying it progressively. When the light finally comes on, it's no longer just the spark plug, it's the spark plug plus the catalytic converter. What could have cost $50 now costs $1,500 or more. Over time, this habit gives you something even more valuable than codes. You get to know the normal ranges for oil temperature, battery voltage, and fuel mixture in your specific car, so any anomaly becomes immediately noticeable. Myth number 10. If the engine isn't making any obvious strange noises, everything is fine. False. Engine warm, at idle, radio off, AC off, hood open. Just 1 minute of listening. A healthy engine has a constant, almost musical rhythm that you'll eventually recognize without effort. Any deviation from that rhythm is information. Light, repetitive metallic ticking can be lifters with dirty oil or low level, something manageable. Strong, rhythmic knocking points to play in connecting rods or pistons, a completely different conversation. A high-pitched squeal indicates a loose belt or seized bearing. A constant hiss like an air leak could be a cracked exhaust or intake leak. Your engine talks to you before the problem becomes urgent. This habit teaches you to understand its language. And catching a problem weeks in advance costs a fraction of what it costs to ignore it until it can't be ignored anymore. Myth number 9. If the brake fluid level stays stable, there's no need to check it further. False. The reservoir is near the driver's side, usually with a clear brake symbol. The level between the min and max marks is the starting point, but honestly, the color is what matters most. Clear or slightly yellowish fluid is healthy. Dark brown, almost coffee-colored fluid is saturated with moisture from the air. That moisture directly lowers the fluid's boiling point. In an emergency braking situation, when you need the system the most, the pedal can become spongy because the fluid can no longer handle the heat generated. A quick monthly glance tells you whether it's time for a flush every 2 years, or if there's something more urgent, like a gradual leak from a line or cylinder that's starting to fail. Myth number 8. If the car starts fine, the battery doesn't need checking. False. Battery terminals should not have white, green, or blue buildup. That corrosion is crystallized sulfate and creates electrical resistance that affects the entire system. It makes starting harder, interferes with electric power steering, and causes voltage drops that trigger expensive phantom electronic failures. With a basic multimeter, engine off, a healthy battery should read between 1 2.4 volts and 1 2.7 volts. Below that range, it's weak and forcing the alternator to work in constant overload. A swollen or cracked battery case has already suffered irreversible heat damage. Don't wait until it leaves you stranded. Myth number 7. If the hoses aren't visibly leaking, they're fine. False. Hoses are the arteries through which everything that keeps the engine alive flows. With the engine cold, visually and manually inspect the thick radiator hoses, heater hoses, and thin vacuum lines. Look for visible cracks, dry or hardened surfaces, bulging areas that look ready to burst, or flattened sections that restrict flow. If you can twist the hose inside the clamp with your fingers, that connection no longer seals properly. A white or greenish ring around a connection is a dry leak, meaning fluid is already escaping even if you don't see a stream yet. A hose that's barely sweating today may last a few more weeks under normal conditions, but a big pothole, extreme heat, or hard braking can be enough for it to rupture and empty in seconds, leaving you stranded with an overheated engine and a head gasket at real risk. Myth number 6. Accessory belts last the entire life of the car and don't need checking. False. Belts are cheap parts that drive expensive components: the alternator, water pump, power steering, and AC compressor. When they break while driving, the resulting chain damage can be severe and always happens without warning. With the engine cold and a flashlight, check the inner side of each belt, the grooved side. Cracks across the belt, frayed edges, or a shiny texture like burned plastic mean replacement can't wait. Black, gummy dust around the pulleys means the rubber is actively disintegrating. Checking them monthly gives you time to plan the replacement calmly. Not checking them puts you in the position of calling a tow truck from the side of the road. Myth number 5. The air filter only needs to be changed when the manual's interval says so. No need to check it earlier. False. The filter is the engine's nose. If it's clogged, the engine can't breathe properly, and the consequences are immediate. Higher fuel consumption, less power, and extra stress on the mass airflow sensor that can cost hundreds of dollars to replace. The check is simple. Remove the filter and hold it up to a light. If barely any light passes through, it's saturated. Tap it gently on the floor, or blow compressed air from the clean side to the dirty side. If it's dark gray, deformed, or has visible oil, replacement is mandatory. A clean filter can improve fuel economy by up to 10%, and over thousands of kilometers, that adds up significantly. Myth number 4. If the coolant level is fine, there's nothing else to check. False. With the engine completely cold, locate the transparent reservoir and check the level between the marks. But the level is only the starting point. The color tells you if the system is truly okay. Healthy coolant has a clean, defined color, green, red, or pink depending on the type. If it looks brown with a rusty tone, there's active internal corrosion attacking aluminum components. If it's thick or smells like exhaust gases, you're looking at a compromised head gasket. A monthly check of color and level lets you stay ahead of the temperature warning light. Waiting until that light comes on while driving can mean irreversible damage in just minutes. Myth number 3. Filling the tank until the fuel almost spills over gives you more range. False. When the pump nozzle clicks, the tank is full. That's the system's design limit. If you keep pumping, excess liquid fuel floods the charcoal canister in the evaporative emission system, a component designed to handle vapors, not liquid. Once soaked, it falls apart internally and starts sending particles into valves and lines. The result? Unstable idle, hard starts, check engine light, and repairs between $400 and $1,200. All because you didn't follow a 3-word rule. One click and done. Myth number 2. You can drive with the tank almost empty with no problem. False. The fuel pump lives submerged in gasoline because the fuel cools it. When the level drops too low, the pump operates at temperatures up to 40 degrees higher than normal, reducing its lifespan by 30%. But there's a second problem happening at the same time. Sediment builds up at the bottom of any tank over time. With a full tank, the pickup is far from that zone. When you run it very low, it sucks from the bottom, and those particles travel to the injectors, gradually altering the injection pattern and robbing the engine of efficiency and power in an imperceptible but cumulative way. The rule is non-negotiable. A quarter tank is the limit. When you reach it, fill up. Myth number 1. Any regular gasoline works the same as certified premium. False. And this is the myth I wanted to close with because it connects to everything we've seen so far. Modern direct injection engines work at pressures above 2,000 pounds per square inch, and at that pressure, any microscopic carbon deposit on the injector tip alters the fuel's atomization pattern with direct consequences on efficiency, power, and long-term wear. The fact that impacts people the most when they hear it for the first time. Independent tests showed that non-certified fuels accumulated up to 19 times more carbon on injector tips in just a few months compared to certified premium fuels. And over time, that translates into less power, higher consumption, and repairs that could have been avoided simply by choosing better fuel. And if, after challenging all these myths, you feel you'd like to truly understand how your engine, its electrical systems, and electronics really work, in the description you'll find access to our complete program on automotive mechanics, electricity, electronics, and programming. The sooner you understand how these systems function, the less money you'll end up losing by believing myths that cost a fortune. In the end, none of these myths survive when you test them on a real engine opened up on the table. It wasn't bad luck that separated the cars that reach 500,000 kilometers from those that don't. It was information. See you in the next one.